Romeo M. Acop, Representative Bambi Emano, and Representative Loreto Acharon. We have 15 members, Your Honor. Thank you. With 15 members in person and via Zoom, sir.
On the part of the Committee on Public Order and Safety, we have like 15 members present in the hall and by Zoom. The Chair declares the presence of a quorum.
Mr. Chair,
Go ahead, Co-Chair, please.
on the part of the Committee on Information and Communications Technology, the Chair declares the presence of a quorum.
Present on the Committee on Information and Communication, COMSEC.
11 members.
11 members. And Co-Chair Joboy Aquino, on the part of public information, please.
On the part of the Committee on Public Information, with 6 members present in the hall and via Zoom, the Chair declares the presence of a quorum.
Thank you so much. The next item of our agenda is the welcome remarks and opening statement of the lead chairperson. And that will be followed by Chairman Pimentel and Chairman Aquino. Sa aking mga co-chairs, kay Senior Deputy Speaker Aurelio Dong Gonzales Jr., mga kasamahan at katrabaho sa Kongreso, mga resource persons at bisita, at ang mga nanonood via live stream. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. On behalf of the co-chairs and the members of the Committee on Public Order and Safety, we would like to thank the leadership of the House for entrusting us with this important task of conducting hearings regarding online disinformation in our country. Pursuant to House Resolution number 286, which was adopted by the House on December 18, 2024, the Committee on Public Order and Safety, Information and Communications Technology, and Public Information, or the TRICOM, were authorized to conduct a joint inquiry in aid of legislation on the rampant posting of false and malicious content in social media platforms while safeguarding freedom of speech and ensuring digital safety. We thank the authors, namely Senior Deputy Speaker Gonzales, Deputy Speaker David J.J. C. Suarez, Majority Leader Manuel Jose Manix M. Dalipe, Minority Leader Marcelino C. Libanan, Representative Robert Ace Barbers, Benbenito M. Abante Jr., and Joseph Stephen Caraps S. Paduano for filing House Resolution number 2147, which the House adopted as House Resolution number 286. Sino rito ang nabiktima na ng maling impormasyon sa social media? Sino rito ang nakapag-share ng maling impormasyon sa social media na pinaniniwalaan nila na totoo? Malamang lahat tayo, ang masamang epekto ng disinformasyon at misinformasyon ay lalong umalingaw sa gitna ng isang global crisis sa ating kalusugan noong panahon ng COVID-19 pandemic, kung saan talamak ang paglabas ng mali-maling impormasyon sa internet. Noong panahon na iyon, mahirap para sa ordinaryong mamamayan na makakuha ng kritikal at wastong impormasyon mula sa ating mga ahensya. Sino rito ang nabiktima ng scam? O may kilalang nabiktima ng scam? Malamang lahat din tayo. Dahil sa social media, ang cybercrimes ngayon ay may tuturing na natin na mas madalas pang mangyari sa buhay ng isang karaniwang tao kesa sa mga common crimes. Bilang komite na may mandato na siyasatin ang lahat ng bagay na nauugnay sa pagsugpo ng kriminalidad, layunin po natin dito ang magkapagsagawa ng naangkop na batas laban sa mali at malisyosong impormasyon na nagdudulot ng pinsala at krimen sa ating mamamayan, lalong-lalo na sa ating mga kabataan. Napapanahon ang ating diskurso ngayong araw na ito dahil laganap na ang mga kasinungalingan at peking balita sa social media. Bawat Pilipino, lalong-lalo na mga menor de edad, mga hindi nakapag-aral, mga matatanda na hindi sanay sa teknolohiya at iba pang mga vulnerable sector ng ating lipunan, tayong lahat ay posibleng maging biktima ng panloloko.
Good morning, I'm Angelo Castro III.
I'm Angela, and we are the cast.
What you just saw right now on your screens is the TRICOM TRICOM hearing on fake news. So,
Yes,
with the
presiding over is Santa Rosa Representative
Dan Fernandez.
Fernandez.
Kung
They-
pamilyar ang pangalan ni Kong Dan, it's because sumikat po siya sa Quadcom hearing also.
So this is a joint committee hearing or the House Committee on Public Order and Safety. Yan, kasama din yung mga committees on public information and communication technology.
Invited guests and resource persons are yung mga vloggers and certain online personalities as well. Meron din, as I heard kanina, meron din sila mga in-invite via Zoom. Mamaya makita natin yung whole list kung sino talaga lahat ang nanaimbita. But in the meantime, we're serving you today's headlines.
All that before your second cup of coffee. This is Brunch.
House Secretary General Reginald Velasco said he will transmit the 3 impeachment complaints filed against Vice President Sara Duterte to the office of the Speaker this week. Here's the report.
The 3 impeachment complaints against Vice President Sara Duterte are set to be forwarded to the office of the Speaker this week. House Secretary General Reginald Velasco confirmed this as no 4th complaint has been filed.
As of now, wala pa eh. So, I think we have given them enough time. So, we will have to transmit the impeachment complaints within this week.
Under House rules, once the complaint reaches his office, the Speaker has 10 session days to include it in the order of business in the plenary and refer it to the Committee on Justice. Meanwhile, Gabriela Partiles Representative Arlene Brosas believed that President Bongbong Marcos may be influencing the delay in the proceedings.
I believe yung presidente kasi nag-declare kasi siya ng mga kung ano-anong sinabi niya tungkol dito sa impeachment complaint kung saan ngayon apektado yung ating mga kongresista. Hindi pwedeng mixed signals pag ganyan eh.
Malacanang previously stated that Marcos is not blocking any impeachment complaints against Duterte. It underscored that the executive branch has no authority to influence Congress decisions, as the impeachment process must begin in the House of Representatives in accordance with the Constitution. For News 5, I'm Marian Enriquez. We are One News.
Yung pinaka-matinding question dito, is there enough time? So will they, pag na-transmit sa Speaker's office, will they then transmit it? Or ihihiring pa ba nila? Kukuha ba sila ng boto?
Depende kasi yun dun sa magiging track ng impeachment.
Kaya nga, pero ang
nila
point is, hindi ko alam kung ano yung magiging track. Will they hold this until the next? Di ba kasi pwede naman daw eh.
Oo.
Will they hold this until
It's
the
the
next Congress? Kasi it's not naman in nature, it's not judicial, di ba?
Yes.
Oo.
Kasi 'di ba, reality check lang tayo even si Senator JV Ejercito that I was able to talk to yesterday sa One Balita Pilipinas, sinasabi nga niya kahapon 3 days, so ngayon 2 days na lang sila natitira yung kanilang session sa Senate. So medyo na rin yun talaga, imposible na mag-progress itong impeachment complaint, at least dito sa Congress na to. No? So we'll see about that after the election campaign.
Pero
Kasi,
sa totoo lang, they had all the time to do it.
Yun
if they
na nga
wanted. Saka you cannot say na walang influence. Oo, wala nga siguro direct influence o utos ang Malacanang. But then again, pag magsasalita kasi ang presidente in public, di ba, it's a matter of policy. You have to remember the president is a popular president also. So pag susuway ka sa isang popular na president, maapektuhan ka. Mas lalo na kung you're running for re-election.
Oo. Plus yun nga, kasi nagkaroon ng mga delays kasi nauna, of course, yung grupo na nire-representa na naging spokesperson, itong si former Senator Laila de Lima, tapos may sumunod na grupo na sinasabi of course, ng Secretary General, hindi, bago natin ipasa, antayin muna natin kasi meron pa akong nabalitaan na may grupo na magpa-file ng complaint. And then another one, meron pang ulit. Tapos another one, yung pang-apat, meron ulit na kaya hindi nila daw ma-transmit na ma-transmit.
So what happens kaya pag nasa poder na ng speaker tapos siya naubusan ng oras sa part ng Senate? Will they accommodate because nasa constitutional mandate nila is to also try the impeachment to function as an impeachment court, or ipagpapaubayan nila to sa or start nila yung hearing and trial, tapos pag natapos sa next Congress, next batch of senators na lang ang tatapos nito.
Pero malabo na yan kasi nga dahil campaign period na next week.
Ay nako, mga politiko talaga.
Okay.
Bilang Pilipino, bilang Pilipino.
The Senate approves a bill seeking to postpone the first regular elections in the Bangsamoro. Senate Bill number 2942 was approved with 18 affirmative votes, 1 negative, and 0 abstention on Monday. The next election shall be held and synchronized with the 2028 national elections and every 3 years thereafter. The BARMM election was initially proposed to be moved from May 12, 2025 to August 11, 2025. Lawmakers expressed concerns over the process that need to be undertaken following the exclusion of Sulu from BARMM. So, yun nga, kasi ito ay pinirmahan na ni Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, di ba? Sinertify niya to rather, no, as urgent. So, makikita natin in the next coming days na talagang, ito na yung magiging desisyon, yung postponement
As requested
ng
by
elections ng BARMM.
the BARMM transition government also. Kasi madaming kailangan nilang ayusin at plantsahin.
Yes, and
para
they-
maging smooth because after the exit of Sulu, also from their jurisdiction.
Pero may mga nakakausap tayong mga taga doon na dapat kakandidato din. Eh, syempre, medyo na-dismaya sila, na-disappoint sila kasi gusto nila nga din na rin daw sana na matuloy na yung election ngayon.
Because for them, parang, for that group kasi, parang delaying tactic nitong nagpapadelay na gusto daw tumagal sa poder.
Yes.
Yan ang accusation ng
Yan ang
kabila.
mga accusation ng kabila. Pero yun nga, sinasabi din ng COMELEC, ang doon sa BARMM, they will have to, ang tawag dito, make new arrangements or guidelines dun sa paano ma-distribute nung 7 pa, if I'm not mistaken, na may iwan ng Sulu na mga provinces na seats, no?
Yeah.
Para ma-distribute dun sa mga provinces. Kasi nga, dahil ihiwalay na tong Sulu. Dahil base yan dun sa naging Supreme Court ruling na hindi dapat isama ang Sulu
Basta
sa
yung
BARMM.
distribution ng seats is similar to the US, yung the bigger the population and the land area, mas madami
Right.
silang seats. All right, meanwhile, the House of Representatives has approved on third and final reading a bill classifying nuisance candidacy as an election offense. With 193 votes in favor, 4 against, and no abstentions, lawmakers passed House Bill number 11317 during Monday's session. The measure seeks to amend the Omnibus Election Code by defining nuisance candidates as those who file certificates of candidacy for financial gain or other improper motives. It also introduces new grounds for canceling a COC, such as causing voter confusion with similar names and mocking the election process. Individuals found guilty of being nuisance candidates will face fines of up to 500,000 pesos. O kasi in the past, may mga candidates, for example, Aquino. Hindi naman siya Aquino, tapos nagpa-amend sa PSA ng name, nagpalagay ng Aquino para lang mapasok sa may name, ayun ang tawag yan, name recognition. Oo.
So, dapat talaga i-define nila ano ba yung nuisance. No? Hindi
Oo.
lang porket dahil walang partido o walang kakayahan na magbigay ng malakihang kampanya ay nuisance na yun.
Saka
diba?
kailangan specific kasi hindi pwede nga may gray area on what a nuisance candidate is. You have to be very specific when you mean what you mean improper motives, di ba? For money, how do you define a candidate who runs for money? Diba? Simple lang ganun.
All right, we'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News.
Congressman, Chairman Joby Aquino, now you are recognized, sir.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning to all of you. Let me thank our colleagues, resource persons, and everyone in attendance today as we try to understand and address the rampant spread of disinformation on social media. In today's digital era, its speed and impact are unprecedented, which compels us to address this head-on. Intentionally misleading information poses significant risk to our society, undermining public trust, threatening public safety, and influencing public opinion. We share a collective responsibility to address this challenge effectively. As I understand, we have representatives from different sectors, and our goal is to strengthen collaboration and explore approaches to counter disinformation. Each of you bring unique expertise and insights. We highly encourage all our resource persons to actively participate in our committee meetings and to exercise their freedom of speech, of expression, and of the press with diligence and integrity. As we engage in meaningful discussions, let us uphold the highest moral and ethical standards, recognizing that all freedoms and rights come with a responsibility to use them wisely. Together, let us foster a respectful and productive dialogue that contributes to inform policy making and the public good. With that in mind, I look forward to a constructive discussion with all of you. Thank you and good morning.
Thank you so much, Co-Chair Joboy Aquino. Now, the Chair would like to recognize one of the authors of House Resolution number 2147, Senior Deputy Speaker Don Gonzales. Now, you are recognized, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman Dan, Chairman Johnny, Chairman Joboy, honorable members, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, a pleasant good morning to all of us. It is my privilege to sponsor House Resolution number 286, which calls for a joint inquiry in aid of legislation on the rampant posting of false and malicious content on social media platforms, while safeguarding freedom of speech and ensuring digital safety. Social media bridges gaps. Pinag-uugnay nito ang mga tao, bumubuo ito ng mga komunidad, nagpapalawak ng mga kamalayan at nagsusulong ng pagbabahagi ng kaalaman. According to online article by Data Reportal, the Philippines was home to 86.75 million social media users in January 2024. Equating to 73.4% of the total population. At sabi naman ng Foundation for Media Alternatives, ang Facebook ay ang pinakamura at pinakamadaling ma-access dahil ang ilang mga network ay inaalok ito ng libre bilang bahagi ng kanilang data plan. Ngunit, sa kabila ng napakaraming benepisyong kakibat nito, social media can also be used as a conduit of inappropriate content. We all experience browsing our social media platforms, and more often, we come across racist, sexist, homophobic, religious, and political-based hate contents. Ang mga mapanirang nilalaman na ito ay naglalagay sa panganib sa kaligtasan ng publiko sa pamamagitan ng maling impormasyon, online harassment, mga panlilinlang at iba pang anyo ng cyberbullying. We affirm that instrumental role of social media in today's day and age, but there is an overwhelming need to address harmful content and at the same time uphold constitutional freedoms, particularly
good morning. You're still watching Brunch here on One News.
Welcome sa lahat ng mga branches natin ha, social media, sila Ralph Domingo, Sam Pokemon Go, si Gary Field, si Mother Earth, si VJ, si Ice, mga loyal supporters natin. Thank you for watching Brunch.
All right, the Agriculture Department declares a food security emergency amid high prices of rice. Here's the report.
A food security emergency on rice is now in effect across the country. The Department of Agriculture announced this on Monday. This aims to curb what they call the extraordinary rise in local prices of the staple. Effectively, this allows DA Chief Francisco Chu Laurel to direct the National Food Authority to release buffer stocks to government agencies, local government units, and the Kadiwa ng Pangulo program. Some 300,000 metric tons of rice from the NFA's warehouses are expected to be released to LGUs at 36 pesos a kilo. That will in turn be sold in public markets at 38 pesos per kilo. This cheaper price is expected to eventually pull down commercial rice prices. Before the official declaration of the food security emergency on rice, the DA had started selling 38 peso per kilo rice in Kadiwa stores. The agency also imposed a 58 pesos per kilo maximum suggested retail price for imported rice. Chu Laurel said the food security emergency will remain in effect until the prices of rice improves. But for the group Federation of Free Farmers, the move would incur huge financial losses and open the door for leakages and corruption. It added that it could be detrimental to farmers if palay prices are lowered further. The group has called on the DA to review the declaration of food security emergency. For News 5, Gerard de la Peña, we are One News.
Well, we will see if this will really help solve the crisis here in the Philippines. Diba? Kasi sabi nga nila, napakataas na ng presyo ng mga bigas dito sa atin. Even pinababa nila yung tariff sa mga imported rice.
Parang stopgap measures lang ito.
Yes, it is.
In order for prices of rice to stabilize talaga, we have to have a long-term solution. And by what I mean long-term is, kailangan pag-aralan natin how do we transport rice from farm to market, eliminating the terrible prices na binibigay ng middleman. Pwede naman may middleman lang, pero very minuscule lang ang amount na sisingilin, or may mga government resources ba na pwedeng gamitin na hindi naman masyadong nagagamit na to transmit that. Because kung ma-eliminate mo lang yung grabing prices sa middle, laking ibababa ng prices ng rice.
So we will see, no? Kasi ito din sinasabi nila na parang even yung Federation for Free Farmers sinasabi na inability daw ng kasi ng NFA to decongest yung warehouses nila.
Yeah,
Kaya ngayon ginagawa nila itong food security emergency na declaration. So para daw ma-decongest yung mga bigas doon sa mga warehouses ng NFA.
Kasi aging stock na daw yan eh. So hindi sustainable tong plano nila. Yan, pag-aralan talaga nila yung flow. Matagal na itong issue until now, most of them can't get it right. Hindi ko man sinasabi kaagad mo sa solve to, pero kung nasimulan na before sa past administrations pa lang, baka ngayon we are somewhere already.
Right.
Meanwhile, in other news, the Philippine National Police has denied claims of an assassination attempt on Magsasaka Party List nominee Lejun de la Cruz. PNP spokesperson, Police Brigadier General Jean Fajardo said the police were executing a warrant issued by Las Piñas City Court for murder charges when De La Cruz attempted to evade arrest. She added that De La Cruz rammed multiple vehicles during his attempt to flee, resulting in injuries to a police officer. During the operation, authorities recovered a .45 caliber handgun from De La Cruz, leading to additional charges for violating the election gun ban, multiple counts of malicious mischief, and frustrated homicide. De La Cruz remains in police custody at the Eastern Police District in Pasig. The Magsasaka Party List had previously claimed he survived an ambush in Cainta, Rizal on Sunday morning.
Yan yung ibang naman yan, ito yung side ng
pero
mga police.
hindi daw naka-uniform eh.
Hindi naka-uniform eh. Tsaka,
So,
according dun sa, ang tawag dito? According doon sa side ng Magsasaka Party List.
Yesterday, kausap natin.
Kausap natin. Nagpakilala daw mo. Hindi daw nagpakilala. Ang unang ginawa nila ay nagpretend na magtanong o mag-alok ng about real estate. Diba? Yun daw ang nangyari. Pero according sa police, eto nga, they supposedly followed yung procedure daw ng arresting
Pero
person.
kasi on the other side, kung ikaw si Lejun, di ba? Sige, may warrant ka, sasama ako pag feeling ko wala akong threat. Pero kung nakita mo na may kumakausap sa'yo tapos may bulge sa baril, talagang mapapahataw ka ng takbo, makakabangga ka because you're trying to survive. Diba?
Nabangga yung bystander,
bystander.
lang yun,
Mas lalo na kung hindi naman alam yung context ng lahat nito eh. Kung walang uniform ang police, tapos naka-civilian at may makita mong high profile personality ka, may naka-bulge ng baril dito, magpapanik ka talaga. Kung walang uniform.
Oo. Kaya nga 'di ba sabi ko kahapon, maigi dapat makausap natin mga taga-PNP para malaman natin ano ba yung procedure talaga nila dito? Ano ba yung standard operating procedure nila pagdating sa ganito? Pero, di ba, well, if you will Google it, if you will research about it, dapat daw naka-uniform. Nagpapakilala na dapat ikaw ay nasa otoridad, di ba? Ako ay isang ganito.
Saka kung ano yung mission order mo, ano pakay mo
Pero
doon.
ang sinabi doon ng PNP kasi, through their spokesperson, kaya daw sila hindi naka-uniform para hindi daw maano yung operasyon nila.
Hindi. Hindi naman to sting operation na may hinuhuli ka eh. May warrant ka na eh. So if you're really serving a warrant already, then you have to be in uniform. Pero kung undercover operation to, dahil may hinuhuli ka pa or in hot pursuit, pwede naman naka-civilian ka. Pero di ba, malinaw yan eh. You're serving a warrant of arrest, you have to be in proper uniform with your mission order in place.
So, antayin mo na. Magkakaroon na ng mga hearing na naman yan for sure sa Senado tungkol sa mga
Ewan ko, depende. Kasi
operational procedure ng mga PNP.
Baka kasi maging busy itong mga campaign.
Hindi, sa after na, di ba? Okay. Alright, in other news, the Supreme Court has found a Muntinlupa judge guilty of simple misconduct and neglect of duty. This is in relation to former Senator Laila de Lima's petition for bail in 2020. According to the SC, Judge Romeo Bonaventura of the Muntinlupa Regional Trial Court, Branch 256, let de Lima's bail petition languish in his court for nearly 3 years. De Lima, who was acquitted of all 3 drug charges, filed an administrative complaint against Bonaventura in 2023.
Talagang vindicated to.
Oo,
si
kasi
Senator
apparently
Laila de Lima.
itong yung judge na to, kapatid niya, if I'm not mistaken, yung basta may siya, related siya doon sa abogado na nagrepresenta kila Dayan. Ronnie Dayan. Oo, so dapat mag-inhibit siya doon kaagad-agad, 'di ba? Pero parang later on pa nangyari yung inhibition.
Bail petition na tenga ng 3 years, makabahaba yun.
Pero mababa lang yung fine niya, 18,000 for 2 counts.
Simple neglect of
Stern
duty.
warning lang kasi next time daw, pagka nangyari pa rin to ulit, mas mabigat na parusa.
Kasi wala naman proof of malicious intent. Pwedeng sabihin, simple neglect of duty, nakaligtaan mo lang. May mali ka administratively, pwedeng kaya...
Hindi, pero related siya dun sa...
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, yun ang what the evidence points out, that it's a simple neglect of duty, and that's been already handed down to him yung parusa sa kanya.
So, alright, sige. For those who just tuned in, yung nakikita niyo po sa inyong TV screen ay an ongoing House probe doon po sa fake news, diba? The House hearing on the spread of fake news online has just started, and at least 40 social media personalities were invited as resource persons. So let's listen in.
Today, we commit ourselves to finding solutions.
Grabe.
We will explore ways to protect the public from the dangers of fake news and disinformation while ensuring that our digital spaces remain safe, ethical, and credible for future generations. Maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. That was 10 minutes.
I thought 9 minutes only.
It was short. Anyway, the next item of our agenda is the acknowledgements of the resource persons who are present today. Thank you for coming over. And the COMSEC is hereby directed to acknowledge those personalities. And to those who will not be acknowledged, please approach po yung ating mic and ask to be recognized by the chair. Thank you so much. COMSEC, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning again. The following resource persons are present from the Department of Information and Communications Technology, Undersecretary Jeffrey E.N.D., Ms. Christine Applepre, Ms. Michelle Pagalilawan, Mr. Renato Del Rosario, and Attorney Don Josef Tiansay. From the Cybercrime Investigation and Coordinating Center, Undersecretary Alexander K. Ramos, Attorney Alvin Navarro, and Ms. Christine Jane Flores. From the Department of Justice, Office of Cybercrime, Attorney Rodan Parocha. Secretary Ivan Uy. Apologies, sir. From the Department of Justice, Attorney Rodan Parocha of the DOJ Office of Cybercrime.
And that wraps up today's episode of Brunch.
Join us again tomorrow. I'm Angela Lagunsan Castro.
And I'm Angelo Castro III. We are One News.
All sides, all the time.
And now we will be taking you back to the House Tri-Committee hearing on fake news.
Here. From the Philippine National Police, Police Brigadier General Bernard Yang of the PNP Anti-Cybercrime Group, with Colonel Columbo Aberia of the ACG, Police Lieutenant Colonel Anacleto Daliva of the PNP Legal Service, Colonel Nova De Castro Aglipay, the Chief of the Legal Affairs Division of the ACG, and from the University of the Philippines, Associate Dean for the College of Media Communication, Dr. Rachel Ican. From the Center for Policy and Executive Development of the UP, Dr. Enrico Basilio. And Ms. Angela Chavez, also from CPED. Online, we have Attorney Michael Chu of the UP College of Law,